we're back. Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
Welcome back.
Oh, snap.
Snap Jinx,
I didn't know we're doing that. I like it.
but we are.
Yeah, well, there comes a time.
You know what I've been watching at home that caught me on my little mini vacay compared to the last one I took. Is this one's mini? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know. I get it. It's sabbatical.
But it's like The Man in the High Castle.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
I have seen it. I've just never watched the full thing.
No, it's
So,
pretty good.
I hear it's great, and I liked the episode that I saw. I saw like the first two, right? Like
Yeah.
one or two, and then maybe a rando. But I liked the idea and concept. I just never ended up watching all of it.
Well, I mean, spoiler alert, but it's Philip K. Dick.
Yeah,
It's an adaptation of Philip K. Dick short story or novel.
Yeah.
It's where
And I love 90% of his
it's kind of
shit.
like what happened if like Japan and Germany kind of like teamed up, and then they beat the shit out of us and took over
Right.
the U.S. Germany has like the East Coast. Japan has the West Coast, obviously, because
Okay.
they needed Hawaii.
Right. Yeah.
And but it makes me think about like current times, and I don't know why I thought of this, but like if you you take a small town like ours, but just imagine if there was like some kind of like like we were like the town that was closest to Waco. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Right.
How those people were just kind of like, hey man, I just want to
I
fucking
just want to. Right.
get a hamburger, drink a soda water,
Yeah.
and fucking go home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just got off work. I don't give a shit. I don't have time to
Oh, yeah.
worry about whatever freedoms are
Right.
being taken away. It's like I just want to get something to eat and go home. I don't need a rhetoric
Right.
on how
Yeah.
the big brother is watching me. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit.
It's like I was saying the other day. Like if we were just if cost of living was low, right, and everybody was just having a grand old time. If the dollar went further than it does now,
Yeah.
well, like we wouldn't care.
Right.
But they don't lull us into a sense, like instead of like just blind us with, great
Yeah.
living.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
They cinch us and make us fucking cry about it. You
right.
know what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
It's like if gas was low and milk was low and, we could travel and go
Right.
to
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
theme parks and you didn't have to get a fucking second mortgage, you
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like you would think that if I was going to be some kind of cult member,
Right.
you know what I mean? And there was a town where I got all my supplies or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm going to be a gracious neighbor.
Right.
You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
I'm not just going to be in there like fucking muscling people
Right. Yeah.
or just, fucking littering the streets with pamphlets or selling books or fucking asking for donations and then being assholes when everybody's like, hey man, can you not do it in front of my store? And like, fuck you, fascist.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yes.
It's like, hey, I don't want you motherfuckers, blocking the door to my fucking,
Right. I don't need it.
the Chinese food place. Just
Yeah,
let me
I
go fucking get some Chinese food and in peace.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just fucking
I don't need whatever
I work
it is
12
you're doing.
hours, motherfucker. I don't care.
Your protest against or for,
Yeah.
right? And now I can't get to the park. Right?
I don't
just
care.
I just need to get to the park, man. I gotta work in the morning.
And see, and that's the like,
It's-
like that's the really that's how it is now. It's like,
Right.
yeah, man, they're warring, but I
Right.
fucking still gotta go to work.
I still
you
gotta,
know what I mean?
I gotta work.
Fucking
during
mortgage company
Jamboree.
won't.
Right, so like,
The
that's
mortgage
how-
company doesn't care
Yeah.
who's getting bombed where. They still want their cash.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just paid it, so I got 30 days. Right,
Yeah,
but it's like,
yeah.
here we go.
Gas is like $4 a gallon. I mean, I gotta.
I feel
Luckily I have a V6, so I'm
Yeah.
kind of fucking riding the wave until this, fucking utopia shows up. They keep fucking talking about.
dude.
You know what I mean?
I try to do the good dad stuff. So I took the Jeep and filled it up for my daughter because she'll be driving to and from another city for the next 3 days. So I was
Yeah.
like, let me just gas it up for her. But in my head,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
man, do you have to be
You know
out
what I
of
mean?
town every day?
If I could go when like living was better and I'd go to, and it was like $2.40 a gallon. I'd go to the pump,
Yeah.
click it, fucking stare off,
Mhm.
actually
Drift
watch
away.
that bullshit fucking video in the fucking gas point.
Yeah, it's a
in the
BTS
gas
video.
pump. Yeah, it's like some kind of fucking 2-minute cooking video while you're
for sure.
filling up. Right,
Rachel Ray's on
You
there. You're
didn't
like,
care.
hey, right?
Yeah, you didn't care, right? You watch that bullshit and you hear it click, and you're like, oh, it was like fucking
Maria
42
Menounos
bucks.
shows up, and you're like, why are you on my gas pump? But I'll watch. Right? What's Mario Lopez
Hey
doing
man,
on the
if they're
shelf?
gonna be fucking whooping our ass at the pump at this point,
Give me Maria Menounos.
hey, give me same model, less clothes. At least
Right.
I get to see some titties at the pump.
We'll make
while-
it Mexico style. You know what I mean? They know. They don't. Nobody cares about the weather. It's hot.
And
it's
I
Mexico.
don't care if they're even still speaking Spanish. Just
No, they're like, ay, fuego, fuente.
yeah, it's
we
gonna
got
be
it.
it's
we
gonna
know
be hot.
caliente.
Yeah, we know that
understand.
much.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
shit. That's why they don't. That's why they don't care there, because they're like, no, the weather chicks can just be hot because you know what the weather's gonna do.
Yeah,
Not gonna rain.
in that
It's
part
not
of the
cold.
world, you know what I mean? It's the same
Hot,
thing,
bro.
You know what I mean?
Hey, it's kind of windy tomorrow. Might be a dust storm, but otherwise, might
Yeah.
be 98.
Close your windows tonight because
Close
of
'em up.
fucking you're gonna be covered in soot in the morning.
That's it.
You know
It's
what I
the
mean?
only. Otherwise, this
It's gonna
is
be hot. Everybody's gonna be sweaty and stinky.
the longest non-information weather report.
Go
on
get
the
your
planet.
fresh food while the market's
Yeah.
open early before it
Yeah.
gets hot in the day.
That's
you
it.
know what I mean? That's all we need from the weather. Yeah, shake your titties.
Shake 'em. I'm
Yeah,
out.
yeah, exactly. I'm alright with that.
No, they know what they're not lying. Whereas like our American news kind of lies because we get a girl who's like really close to being super hot, and then they like cover them up and then put them next to like a 90-year-old like real firm dude, and you're all, that's a weird bit. I see what you're doing, but you're
Yeah.
kind of pretending you're not. You're
You
like,
don't you don't have the
no.
good old fashioned.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
Now you know it's about meteorology. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Oh, dude, Spectrum's got some 12-year-old looking kid,
Yeah.
and you're like, who is this? And it's like, dude, is this kid in high school? Is he a 9th grader? He doesn't even look like a high schooler because like
Yeah,
high
nobody.
schoolers
Hey,
now are pretty
hey.
jacked.
Okay, we get it. You know what I mean? But
Dude, he looks-
we don't. Because now we'll fucking actually pay attention to the weather. You know,
Right,
and be like,
yeah.
fuck, it's gonna be hot today. Usually, you didn't make that jump until you walked outside
God
because you
damn.
watched 15 minutes of a weather presentation
For sure.
and didn't
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
a goddamn
No.
thing.
Nope. Yeah, no. Lincoln, like every day, just walks outside and he's like, looks around, touches the porch, touches the door, and then he's like, okay,
Yeah,
now I got it. It's either hotter, or really hot.
I'm gonna go learn Spanish,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean?
He was singing in Spanish yesterday. I was like,
Yeah.
when did he learn?
Hey, look, if that dude is spending his free time watching novellas and
I know,
learning
right?
how to sing Spanish
Dude, he
songs,
sang 2 Spanish
It's
songs
not-
in a row, verbatim,
he
all the
could
words.
be he
and I
could
was
be
like,
doing worse.
hey man, with good pronunciation. I was
Right.
like, good God, dude, this is really. And then I just look back, like, when did you learn? I didn't know we're doing this.
Like I know I joke around. I just hope I live long enough to watch him take power. You know what I mean?
it's
And
one or
watch
the
him,
other.
watch him to become the.
CIA assassin, you know what I mean? Change the world. We're not.
Yeah. We could get in between. We could get a leader out of him. You know what I mean? He's either going to be the guy that what we don't want is him to be the guy that they want to kill because
right.
he's just a tyrant,
Right.
or the guy they want to kill because whoever's in the middle doesn't want some fucking do-gooder fucking
Yeah,
up this
yeah.
thing he's got going on.
Or he's gonna be
Like
this,
the saint. It's like we don't
yeah,
want him.
yeah,
We
yeah.
don't want him figuring out fucking
the,
a new source of fuel and power.
Oh, yeah, no.
And fucking up our economy.
The other option is one of those reluctant heroes, where like the Hancock or the Steve Buscemi in the in Armageddon, where he's like,
Yeah.
I'm a fucking genius, but it's like, no, just like blowing shit up. But it turns out he's an astrophysicist
Yeah.
up there. It's like he's one of those, or like the Hancock, where it's like, hey, you most powerful superhero on the planet. And he's like,
You know, it brings
Yeah,
me
dude,
to
I
this
just want
other
a
show that
burger.
I've been watching called Scorpion.
mm-hmm.
It was on CBS. It was about a group of geniuses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I realized that the episodes that I enjoyed the most
Mm-hmm.
was when it was kind of like grounded. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
I don't need to show one where he's having to try to escape out of a fucking Elon rocket fucking
Bro.
firing into the atmosphere. You know what I mean?
Somebody told me to watch it.
I like the ones where like him and that kid that's gonna be
Right.
smart,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
or
Smart
like
kid.
teaming up and
Right.
like working together, but something like terrestrial, something
Realistic.
right, like fighting a virus or trying to keep something from shutting down
Dude,
or
they-
whatever. But when they're fucking wilding out and they're like,
Wilding out.
"Hey, we got to get a Ferrari," and I know I should have been out the first episode
I know.
when
right.
they got
yeah,
in the
yeah.
Ferrari and was
Right.
like trying to match speeds with a fucking airliner flying over.
Right.
And I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll keep giving it a watch. And it just like it was always hit and miss. Either
mindless,
it was
but-
something
Yeah, yeah.
incredibly dumb that they tried to make look sharp, or something when it was just like doable,
Mm-hmm.
right? Something that they got into Air Force One.
Right.
It's probably impossible,
probably impossible.
but it's impossible. You know,
Right,
or it's
yeah, yeah.
improbable, really.
Right. Right.
Not impossible. It's improbable. And when they do stuff like that, those are the episodes I enjoy the most
Right.
versus them trying to like
Bro.
they got this fat ass on there. And look, as a fat ass, I'm just saying. And he tries to tell him, I'm not going in a cave.
Right.
I'm telling you, I'm not going in the cave. You want me to be the man in the chair? I'll be the man in the chair.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be in no cave.
Right.
There ain't no way you're gonna say spelunking and me in the same fucking sentence.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's not happening. You too goddamn smart to realize that
Right.
I'm not gonna just be traversing a fucking cavern.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
And that's where they lost me. It's like, come on.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's like
And it was
it's
like 12
watching
years
the,
ago.
Criminal Minds. It's like, hey, you leave the dispatch chick where she is, right? Because otherwise she's just gonna be trying to bang the fucking Shamar Moore the whole time.
I mean, I can't blame her.
right? Cannot blame
I
her.
cannot blame her. If I
Fucking
was
dreamy.
if I was a chick, dude, I'd be trying to fucking
Dude, if I was-
fucking ride Shamar Moore in a heartbeat, bro.
Dude, so why are you so distracting?
I wouldn't even
Yeah.
be subtle.
No.
I'd just be like a straight up hoe about it. I'd
No.
just be like, yo, hey man,
And every time he gets on the radio,
if
he's all,
you
"What's
come,
up, sweetness?"
yeah, if you come to my house and open the door and you walk in,
Fucking
everything's on,
eyes and chiseled. It's like,
everything's
goddamn,
on the
dude.
table.
For 40 years, that guy's been on TV forever and never looked older. He's just like,
No.
what's up?
Whether he was in Criminal Minds or SWAT or whatever it
Young
is,
and the Restless or whatever the fuck. Dude,
or whatever the project he was on. If I was a woman and he come a knocking, it's all on the
Yeah,
table. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna fucking trip
no,
about it.
Of course not. But so look, one day I was at a job and a coworker said, "Hey, check this scorpion thing out." And I was like, "I haven't even heard of it." She's like, "No, check it out." And I just happened to catch it that it was on the next night. Like that was the night it came on. And I was like, "Oh, here's that scorpion show this chick's talking about, right?" And I was like, "Oh, that's crazy. I didn't realize
Fucking
fucking
women, man.
T2000 was up in this bitch." But
Oh,
all right.
yeah, Robert Patrick.
Like he's there, and I was like, "Well, this might be fucking cool." And I was like, "This seems a little far fetched." And then all of a sudden, they were like trying to keep a heart beating in a giant igloo that they
Yeah.
filled with ice, and they were running like battery cables to the igloo on each side, and then to like the human that they were trying to put the
Yeah.
heart. And I was all, "Hey," and I wanted to text her, right,
Especially
and be like, "Don't." Never
never.
tell
Give me
me to
another
watch some shit
suggestion.
again. This is why I don't do Rex for other people, but I don't want your Rex. If this is what you're, and not because, and
Yeah.
I watched like 6 episodes, not in a row. I mean, like
Right.
over the course of time, right? And now there's some Pluto channel that plays it all the time, and you're all like, sometimes it'll hook you in because it'll be like a Ferrari, right? And I'm
Hell
like,
yeah.
"Hey, dude, what's about to happen here?" And then I'm all,
And look, for the record,
"Oh,
for the record,
it's Scorpion, this kid with a hat."
but Catherine McPhee,
Sure, yeah.
get
Right.
out of motherfucking town.
No, I get it. And that's
And-
also how they
And that's
get
when then you realize she's married to David Foster,
you. Yeah.
the producer.
Right.
Him and his dumbass kids, they had a reality TV show for
Right.
like a second. They
Yeah,
were
yeah.
kind of like trying to piggyback off the Kardashians,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because one of
yeah,
them were
lots
dating.
of people did. Right.
You know what I mean? But man, smoke show.
Sure.
Even on
And
American
that's-
Idol,
Yeah.
smoke show.
Smoke show. For sure.
And then you realize that like she can kind of act. And here's the thing, like the characters, the premise,
Right.
All of that works.
Mhm.
You know, having a bunch of dudes that are super smart and
Right.
fucking
It just makes you
awkward, needing
appreciate
a handler.
those shows that had a science expert on staff who was
Right.
like, "Hey, this is why it's awesome," and you were like, "Man, this is so cool because everything in like take SWAT,
Yeah.
right? They had people on set to be like, "Hey, look,
Yeah.
we're gonna make this
this is
90
what, look,
SEAL team."
we can have, this is what we would carry.
Right.
This is how we move. This is how we do
Yes.
stuff. Having
Yeah,
a
dude.
consultant is fine. They obviously, maybe there was somebody who was paid as a consultant on Scorpion.
Hey, man,
But
they,
I don't- I
have
don't-
they dropped out of school.
I don't
And
know if he was the
lied.
good one.
No,
You
no,
know what
no.
I mean?
He was the one with all the weird thesis where they were like, "Hey, dude, that's impossible," and he's like, "I don't know, theoretically."
You know, here's the thing. It's not, you, look, for a layman
Mhm.
like me, for
Right.
sure, like you could rattle off some shit, and if it sounds
Oh,
good
for
enough,
sure.
I'll believe
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Right?
right.
But like thinking that a guy gets rocketed into fucking the stratosphere and somehow is gonna fucking survive by diving out of a plane with no parachute, and then they're
But
gonna
he's got a plan.
they're
bro.
gonna drop a depth charge to oxygenate the water so it's not a hard surface, because at that speed he's like concrete. That's all true.
I know.
You know what I
but
mean?
it's-
But the
but-
way they went about trying to solve this problem is, I don't care how much oxygenated bubbles there are in the water when that
This is
dude
not how
hits
fucking
from
science
fucking a
works.
20,000 foot drop. That dude
Right.
is dead.
Right.
Dead.
Period.
There's
They're like,
no
"No, man.
do-over.
If we disperse it, what happens is it kind of becomes like cotton fucking candy." It's all really for how many feet? They're like, "I don't know, enough." So that's not how
Yeah.
science.
The first foot it will be great,
Sure.
but the next foot is gonna fucking turn you into like a fucking. It's like you
It's
smashed an
so-
aluminum can
so
on the
dumb.
surface
It's-
of the water.
Yeah, dude. It gets real dicey. Like that's why I like a show that figures it out. Where you're like, "Hey, thanks for doing that.
You know that when I started watching
Thanks,
the
Angel. and
update,
SEAL,
right?
SEAL team,
It's
and
like
Angel.
when
It's like,
I gave the reboot of MacGyver a spin.
yeah, I did too.
Right?
I tried. Yeah, I
And-
tried because they put it on after a second Magnum.
Yeah,
You know, once Mexican Magnum showed up, and I was like, "I love this guy. He's handsome. Let's see what he can
up
do."
next after El Magnum,
exactly.
we got
After-
fucking
we have wrong MacGyver. That's what you
Yeah.
had. And then they gave him a dad, and they didn't use MacGyver. They used
yeah.
just like Tatum O'Neal or some shit. And you're like, "Hey man, what's
Yeah.
he doing here? MacGyver's still alive." And he was like, "Hey, I'll do it. I got fired from Stargate 22 years ago.
Yeah,
I got nothing going
Is
on."
what he said so bad, or what he did so
Yeah,
bad
whatever.
that he can't even come back and be actual fucking MacGyver.
We let everybody else back. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Everybody's back.
Somehow,
Sheen's got documentaries about it.
somehow
He's like,
this
"Hey,
guy
this-"
is like, nah, bro, you blacklisted.
Yeah. No. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
But you know what I'm saying? It's almost like you know, it's always like the same comparison that I make to why I like the
I swear to God, if you say end game, I'm gonna.
no no
Well, that shit wasn't realistic.
no. I'm talking about the Nolan trilogy Batman movie.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? It was
Yes.
kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like fucking crazy, but
Right. Plausible or acceptable.
more so than what these motherfuckers were coming up
Yeah,
on
yeah.
these other shows, right? Or these
Right.
other movies. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yes.
this is like pushing the ledge
Yeah,
out
yeah.
there with like a probability
Oh.
of being successful enough for anybody to survive.
Yeah.
And you know, it's all like, I mean, I like when they.
I mean, Schumacher's Batman had like jet surfboards in the sky. And it's like, "Hey, man, that's not. We don't have jet
Yeah.
surfboards.
No.
What are you talking about?"
You know, he was like, well, the military developed these to jump over rivers, and so the Corps of Engineers can build bridges. Okay.
That's real. That sounds real.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
all is
That's a
really-
real
and
problem.
Morgan Freeman selling it to me. That works. He's like, "You could buy it there." It's like, well,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, the Army. Yeah,
I'll
I'll
buy it.
believe. Yeah,
Right.
okay. Make it
Yes.
somewhat smart. Have Morgan deliver it.
Right.
I'll buy it every
I'll
time.
buy it.
I'm in.
It's fine. But other times I'm watching shit and I'm like, "Hey, man, I can't do this."
Yeah.
What are you talking about? This isn't
Yeah.
how. And
Look, I'm not saying like I keep going back to this one episode because they have like this young kid on there who's like a heavyset dude,
mm-hmm.
and not just like heavyset. Like he's a wide guy,
Yeah.
and they're like, yeah, we need you to come because we're trying to cure these bats inside a cavern of some kind of like fungal infection that's like wasting disease for deer or whatever, right? And I'm just like, look, there's no way that guy in any form or fashion is going to be spelunking anywhere.
Right.
He goes into a pit. He's not, if he's got to pull his own self out, he's not getting out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm just thinking, for me, that was the that was the straw that broke the camel's back for this show.
Yeah.
I don't care how smart if I was that smart.
Right.
They're like, yeah, we're going to a cave. All right, keep your comms on.
Yeah.
Because no.
Dude, it's like
it's not that I don't want to, but we know.
Like, okay, I once made a mistake of watching an episode of Star Trek with an actual in-college engineer, and I was like, hey, don't ever watch this show with me again.
Right? Yeah.
Because it was like, hey, I wanted to have fun, and now you're here telling me why warp cores don't exist, so I'm out, right? But then I know how other people must feel, though, because do not watch a badly made show about music with me. Because it's gonna infuriate me. And like we were watching one movie, and I was like, "Hey, this is pretty dope." And then the concept was that somebody hummed something, and he could walk over to the piano and play it. Well, I can do that, so I was like, "Oh, this will be cool." And then he walked over and did the thing, and they had the camera just below where the thing is, but it's on the wrong side of the keyboard, right? He's on the low end, and and then the high notes played.
It's like,
and I was like,
I'll give a show a chance if they're doing something like firearms related.
Oh, right.
And they actually have they actually look like somebody gave a shit and taught them how to at least hold it. I'll give a show more leeway,
right?
Just because it's like, all right, well at least they got this right.
Yeah. When they get what I mean? Fundamentals wrong though, I look, and even I know it's a cornball show, dude. But and even though I did finish it until she left the season or whatever, I dipped emotionally on that Batwoman show because at one point she jumps on an obvious crotch rocket, right?
Right.
Like just runs out, dope costume, leather jacket, looking hot, jumps on the bike, and I'm like, all right, man, what's about to happen here? And like she flicks the little switch, and I was like, yeah. And then it's like, and I was like, hey, that's not the sound that bike makes.
Is it that much of a? Isn't that just another button on the whatever board, and it's like, jet engine.
It's right there. You know, it's got to be next to it.
B twin.
I've got a ton of samples. And your sample library, when it comes preloaded, it's going to be in a row. It'll be like car, motorcycle. And it's like, hey, I would have rather hear some silly turbine because at least I would have known you've been trying to be like, oh, it's a bat copter, bat bike. Instead, I was like, you just played a Harley over an obvious crotch rocket. And then she like turned the corner and they were like, and I'm all,
come on.
Hey.
You're not fooling anyone.
Well, I'm out.
You're not fooling anyone.
I had just emotionally was like, I can't. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
When pretty people show up to do cool shit.
Obviously.
Maybe she'll put the costume on, but otherwise, I can't take the show seriously.
Speaking of TV shows, segue. I told you the last time that I was kind of out about Daredevil Born Again.
You were wrong, but yeah.
Look, I'm not saying it was a good episode. I just expected more. And thank goodness for whatever reason. I know it wasn't by my influence.
Dude.
That like most things, I don't give enough to let it move.
Right.
It goes into the second, or was it third and fourth episode?
Third and fourth episode.
Well, they gave us two, and then they gave us one the other night. So you had 2, 3, and 4.
Right.
It's fucking great.
Dude. It's so cool. The fights are getting so good. I mean, I love the fight scene in the very first episode, right?
Yeah.
Of this season. But like every episode has some sort of cool ass fight scene now, and
I love the fact that they're kind of like digging in on like this underground resistance that
love
are trying to get Fisk out of office or expose him. Cause, he's putting on one face and then on the other end, and that whole port shit. I don't know, man. It's good, and they gave us the swordsman. I'm waiting on
Right.
I'm waiting on our girl.
Right. I need
Jessica
our girl
Jones
to show up.
for Jessica to show up.
Yeah.
Because I mean, think about it. As far as like, it's probably going to take a Daredevil Jessica Jones team up.
Yeah.
But then you dropped something on me today,
Supposedly.
right?
That's what the behind the scenes picture
And
was.
he could also be a contender to take on Wilson Fisk as Iron Fist.
Right.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
I think
Or
by
Luke. If Luke could take a punch.
I think by the end of the season, we're going to get all the defenders in this.
It'd be really cool if they did.
Yeah, I mean,
And
they're
I'd
all
love
playing
Colleen
coy,
Wing,
and I know
but
they're
whatever.
under, strict death from
Yeah,
Disney to not fucking say anything. But
Oh, dude, it's like listening to anybody talk about Doomsday or Secret Wars.
yeah, they're all
Dude,
just,
I have to hear the most obnoxious, abstract, like, I don't know, am I in it? And it's like, could you please, I don't know, sir?
yeah.
I don't know, Hallie.
Hey, just wait and watch the fucking movie.
right.
You know what I mean? And I get it. And look, I understand it. Because now we're in this news cycle that, especially when you look at how much movies have kind of exploded and kind of like anybody become a journalist.
Right, yeah.
Even one could argue that even our dumbasses are doing a certain
right now.
the least amount of Hollywood.
I don't know, I feel like I prepped,
Oh yeah, well yeah, I watched 4 episodes.
I did watch 4 episodes of a show.
Yeah, hey, did you watch Mall Shadow Lords on Disney, the new Star Wars series?
Not
that's
yet.
out?
No, not yet, but it's in my wish list.
All right.
Or watch list, whatever.
Because
they
I
call it.
did.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Cool. I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, but yeah, now I'm just sometimes it gets to the point to where, like I want a little bit of movement, and I understand that they're trying to fucking keep people subscribed. For
I hate
10 episodes.
Right. I hate it. I hate when they drag something out. When they do an episode that's abstract, it's like, hey, man, why did we have an entire season of Sons of Anarchy about the IRA and
like
and
really?
Ireland?
I'd have felt better about episode 1 had they dropped 2.
Yeah.
And they did.
Right, but
And you
You're
know what
right.
I'm saying?
yes. I think that's why sometimes they do that. I think
They
that's why
should
they
have dropped
do that.
1 and 2
Like
first
Paramount will
instead
do.
of just drop 1 and then drop
Yeah.
2 and 3 the next week, and then you get 1 the following. They
Yeah.
should have dropped 1 and 2 the first day,
Right.
and then I think I would have been okay with waiting a week to see 3 and 4 in between.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's why some networks do it. Like, if Paramount likes to drop the first 2 episodes, and then the third one comes out like 5 days later. You're like, oh, cool, thank you.
Yeah.
Netflix obviously is just like, here's all 20 episodes.
Well,
Good luck.
it depends.
And if you hate it today, we'll cancel it tomorrow.
It
It's all.
was like that, but it's not like that anymore.
No.
Now they make you wait, right? Because now there's too much competition. Back in the day, when there was the only game in town was fucking Netflix.
Yeah, or how about in our day, where if you saw the show, you saw the show, and if you didn't, guess what? You may never have. Well, too bad you didn't see Knight Rider tonight.
And then we got DVRs, and then we were
Dude.
just fucking racking up the gigabytes, man. Just getting a receiver with the bigger fucking storage. You can store more shows and all that shit. And then when the streaming took over, then that was the death of the DVR.
Yeah,
you know
DVR,
what I mean?
Yeah, dude, those 2 brands that were selling them like crazy were like, I guess we don't make any money now.
No.
TiVo and then whatever the other one was called. But yeah, you guys are
It's
out.
like my sister, she still buys movies.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I go, and I'm like, maybe that's not for me.
Right.
Because, fuck, at this point, I think I have every fucking major studio streaming. I got Disney, Paramount
dude, I got 'em
Plus,
all.
Netflix,
Yep. Yeah, I got that
Peacock,
Amazon. I got Apple,
fucking
for God's sakes.
HBO Max, fucking Apple TV, you know what I mean?
I watched one show on
I'm
Apple
like,
TV
I'm
once,
like,
and I still pay
I'm back
for
to
it.
a fucking $100 a month and fucking
Or more. Yeah,
streaming
yeah.
fees,
Yeah.
and that's not on
Shoulda
top
was-
of the fucking internet.
It's on top of the fucking $50 I pay for the
Yeah.
internet. Yes. Yeah, thanks. It's the same $150 I could
Cut
have
the
spent on
fucking
all the
cord.
satellite. Yeah.
Cut the cord. Yeah, no.
No,
at
now
this point,
now I'm strangling in Wi-Fi called fiber optics.
yeah.
Funny thing that I was going to acknowledge here, and this is one of those things I noticed, and then when I Googled it, not many people did, and finally I found one Redditor who was like, holy shit. Daredevil, the movie, Affleck, right?
Uh-huh.
When he's a kid, he has his accident,
Right.
loses his eyes, go to the hospital, gets out of the hospital. walking down the street, right?
Uh-huh.
Trying to go find his dad or whatever.
Right.
And then the school bullies walk up and they're like, "What up, Blindy?" Right?
Yeah.
The bully is the main bully that he fights is AJ Soprano.
Oh yeah.
In Daredevil Born Again,
You got
the actual
little Tony.
little Tony Soprano,
Yeah.
right? So in the Daredevil movie, the kid who plays Tony
Yeah.
Soprano's son is a bully. In Daredevil the TV show, actual Tony Soprano Jr.
Yeah.
is that guy.
Yeah, but he's not a bully.
He's not a bully. No, he's an idiot. What he is.
Well, I think I don't know if I would say he's an idiot, but I would say that he's not as smart as he thinks he is. And
he knows it's her, right?
And it's more dangerous to think you're smart and not be than to be smart and be naive.
There's
you
a
know
weird
what I mean?
arrogance and a weird aloofness to him that I can't point because I can't tell if he's like a dopey dumb guy or is he like conniving or is he like a kiss ass or is he all of the above?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think he knows that something's going on.
He knows it's her or not, like
especially after that dude meets her at the deal.
Yeah, and he was like
staring
at her. Yeah, but like he stares like an awkward dude, and then it's like, hey man, you either do know it's her or you don't.
Yeah.
Right. And it was her, right? Isn't she in the mask? Isn't that what they showed?
Yeah, yeah. She's the one that's doing the underground Fisk video.
Right. Yeah. Yes, I'm not a crook. It's all Nixon style. It's
Yeah.
wacky. Yeah, man. It's a weird, and also, like, his character's confusing. Because he's like, no, I'm gonna tell him, and then like he gets to him, and he's like gonna tell him, but now Fisk already knows.
Yeah.
Right. So then he's all like, I was gonna tell you, and he's like, well, why did this happen? And he's like,
that's a good Fisk.
It's all right. I'm working on it. I'm gonna workshop it until I get it just right. It's fine. When I spend enough time with it, I'm really good.
I don't know if it's up there with the box of scraps.
It's not there, but I'm pretty good at impersonations. It's kind of a weird trait that I have. As long as I spend enough time honing it in, then I can nail it. To
Just
like
sitting
that.
by yourself on your days off and nobody's here.
Sometimes it's like a head gesture more than like, so the voice will be like 80%, but then you're like, hey, but you fucking nailed the thing he did with his eye. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. There's certain things that are making it like the things that I'm loving. That's for sure. And I also don't like loose ends, right? So they're doing a pretty good job of knocking out some things early. Because what I don't want is I don't want to be on episode 8 or episode 10, and then they'll be like, "There's an underground prison at the Red Hook." It's like, no, man, that need to be solved in episode 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Luckily.
Because it's all going to culminate in a showdown.
Yeah, and that's what I want. I want the show. I don't want a bunch of weird stuff
so
happening.
If they start kind of tying things off beforehand,
clean up some shit on the way there.
Right.
Right. That's what makes a good show.
Because look, Jessica's coming back, and fucking Danny Rand is coming back.
I don't want to be dealing with a boat.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Fuck the boat
or prison.
I don't want to be dealing with boats and prisons on episode 8.
It was good that they had Jack Duquesne, the swordsman,
actually
right?
do some cool shit.
And I love that character. He just doesn't give a fuck.
He didn't give 2 fucks.
Something happened to that dude, and he was like,
I like how eloquently he spoke in the courtroom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was really cool where he was like, "Oh, we're doing this." And it was
he's a fucking polished dude. You know what I mean? And
that was cool.
And even though, he was I guess to some people, I like the guy. If there was a guy like that in real life, I'd be like, "Hey man, okay."
Right.
They're like, "Man, that dude's a tool." I mean, but he's being himself. I'll take a authentic, fucking dude over. If that's who he is.
That's who he is. It's who he is.
Who he is. You know what I mean?
I'll take that.
And then him teaming up with Daredevil and letting freeing all those people.
When he was like throwing the sticks and then it went through. I was very happy with that episode. I really was.
And see, and that's what I hope we get more of.
Also,
where Daredevil and Jessica, Daredevil and Iron Fist, Daredevil, Luke Cage.
Yeah.
And people are speculating that we might get the final season finale that we're going to get Peter Parker showing up.
It'd be nice.
You know what I mean? But I don't think it's going to happen.
You know what I'd like?
What's that?
If like a trap beat came on and instead of Peter Parker,
It was Miles.
It was
Morales.
Miles, and he shows up in like a hoodie, and
Nah,
he's
they're-
like,
look, I agree, but
That
they're
would be
not.
dope.
They're not using this show to set up a Miles Morales.
How
Miles
cool would that
Morales
be?
has to be set up in like a big Spider-Man movie.
does he though? How
Yeah.
cool would it be to work him in? You know what I'm saying?
No,
Ninja.
because then people are going to think he's going to get relegated to a. Well, I mean, I guess it could work.
Nah.
I guess if he got brought in on TV and then eventually
could do it, right?
moved over to a major movie, that would be fine.
you could do it just right.
I just don't see him showing up in a Daredevil.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's got to be
Yeah.
because there's no instance.
What's
where,
it gonna be in Brand New Home or Homeward Bound or whatever the fuck we're calling this next one?
Brand New Day. You were
I like
all
that
off.
you always correct all the things and I purposely fuck up. You know, you're all like, it's Mahershala, and I'm all an idiot, and I'm all, no, I know what it is.
Hey man, I'm just putting respect on his name, dog. That's all I'm doing.
It's yeah, no, that's what it's gonna go down as. They're like, well, no, one guy seems logical, and the other guy's just an asshole for no reason.
Hey man,
Home Sweet Home,
it's a dichotomy that works.
Sweet Home Alabama. It's
Yeah. Well, I do it too, but out because I didn't care enough to actually fucking remember what it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're doing it just, to, you know what I mean?
yeah.
I forget shit all the time. Well, especially if I find it dumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I'll mispronounce all that shit just because it's I just don't.
I can't.
It's something about it that turns me off. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That'd be interesting if they try to work Miles Morales into Daredevil Born Again.
So we're gonna get
Because we're getting
Punisher, and then we'll get his one-off soon.
right one final kill, and that's supposed to roll into Brand New Day, which is like at
That'd
this
be cool.
point like almost just over 2 months away.
How about fucking hearing the dog through
Oh, does it come
all the
up?
noise gate? Can't stop that clicking. I also I very much man, I didn't mean to enjoy it because I'm so kind of prejudiced for this one, but I mean I'm digging the way they've done Bullseye.
Yeah,
That stuff with the apartment and then that fight, but also the way it went.
well,
down,
making him a psycho.
it's
you know what I
really
mean?
interesting because you also can't tell. It's like, hey man, are you good guy, bad guy? Then he's like, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe it's one thing to for a character to have an arc. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then to kind of like wind up. But that's the psychosis, right? It's like when he thinks that like I shouldn't murder good people,
Right.
I should only murder people I know are bad.
Yeah.
And he thinks by all the murdering he's done, if he kills the kingpin, like one big one for guy untold little ones that he knocked
Yeah,
off.
you can atone for your
that he's gonna
right?
he's gonna even the scales with killing fucking Fisk.
I have a question. This is more of your thoughts on it. Is the psychiatrist planning on like hanging the mask on the wall? Is that what they were implying?
See, I was gonna bring that up.
Or is she gonna wear?
Because-
Is she gonna become?
Because whatever her storyline is, it's kind of like, I mean, I get it. I understand what they're doing it for. It's kind of like PTSD.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
she's trying to deal with a traumatic event.
Why do we gotta watch that? Is it? And if
Yeah,
it's
I
gotta
don't-
be relevant, then I'm in. If
well,
it's not relevant, then if they don't tie it up in
That's what I'm
episode
talking
8,
about. I mean, sometimes these shows get lost in kind of like these storylines to fill time, but they're not really germane to the
Yeah.
actual storyline that's going on. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yes.
like, well, I don't know if it works. I mean, at least they need to tie it up like they
Right.
did other things.
Because the fact that
otherwise,
she has the mask, I'm like, wait,
she's
what's
just
going
gonna
on?
end this show being like fucking off a rocker.
Yeah, I don't need her
And
in
what
episode
is
season
well,
3.
Is it leading her to become something, a character
Right.
that we don't know about,
That'd
or
be cool.
You know that maybe the normal public wouldn't know
Right.
about. Like we're turning her into
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. I am glad one
It's kind of like
person's-
that scrawny blonde chick that was on Jessica Jones when she was kind of morphing into whatever
Yes.
she became at the end. If they're doing some kind of like that, but they need to give us a little bit more of what's
Love that
going on
chick.
with her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Instead of leaving to make our own assumptions.
The fake Manny Pacquiao, he's dead, right?
Fake Manny Pacquiao.
The guy he fought that then he like gut face punched. Like that's pretty much what they implied, right?
Oh yeah. Well, see, and here's another. It's funny. We're like, oh, we loved it, and then we start talking about it, and then I go like, the little minion, the 4 foot tall Puerto Rican gal that picked up that amulet from her uncle.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, what is she doing other than slashing some tires? Have we
Slashed
seen?
some tires? No,
I
that's
mean,
it.
have we seen
Right.
any kind of like?
Yeah, no, we haven't. I don't know what she's gonna do.
We never
Maybe
got.
she'll get
Hey,
a power though.
I used to practice with my uncle. He used to teach me this to
Oh,
learn
dude,
how to
we'll get
defend myself. And then if you
Right.
saw her like doing some kind of stunt work and she was like whooping some ass, it
Yeah.
almost be I would be okay with it. I'm
Well,
not
that's
because look, if she's got the amulet on, she's not she doesn't have the strength of her size in the show.
yeah.
She's going to be amped,
Right,
right? So she's going to be giving some dudes a run for their money.
right.
Anybody that watches these shows understand that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so now I think I need a little more out of her.
Well, that's why they did Colleen Wing right, because when she showed up, they were like, "Oh, she's already a multi-black belt martial arts
Yeah.
instructor." So when she got into a tiff, you're all, "Oh, I
Yeah.
know what's gonna happen because she's a thing."
She wasn't like a
Right.
barista.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
exactly.
Whoops 5 dudes when she's taking the trash
100%.
out.
Yeah. No,
Like, where the fuck did
that
this
would have
come
been
from?
like what? And then they would have had to do a flashback with the uncle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
But in
would've-
this case, it's confusing. I'm not mad. I'm just saying it is confusing. But I think I think they're implying he's dead because the whole audience looked shocked, and then the guy didn't move, and I was like, I'm pretty sure he killed the guy, right?
I mean,
which
he
is
fucking
that's
killed
not going to
that.
be
He
good
killed
for the
that
poll.
trainer. I mean, they made us believe he killed that trainer.
Fucking nuts, right? Just because the guy was like, "Hey,
My turn.
let's get after it." That's all. That's all he said, bro. He was just like, "Hey, dude, 5 minutes," and that's his job.
Yeah.
You paid him to do it. You said, "Hey, come," and it's like, "Oh, that's right. I forgot. You're unhinged."
Right.
Right?
Yeah. There's
You- I was mad at a few things, right? Like I kind of wish Matt Lillard would be the guy that helps take down Kingpin. Like I want him because you can tell he didn't
Yeah.
like him, but then they go and get the best of him by shooting his buddies. I was like, oh man, I was kind of hoping he would be like, oh no, I have the upper hand, motherfucker.
yeah.
And instead, it was kind of like,
Well, I mean,
unless he's got a trick. Up his
well,
sleeve.
there's always a trick. I think you kind of like if you see that.
I mean, if Elaine shows up, I guess we'll know what's up.
because obviously whoever he's representing is
Yeah.
bigger than Fisk.
I mean, it's Elaine, right? Whatever her real name is, I don't know. I call
Oh,
her
yeah.
Elaine. But anyway, if Elaine,
Oh yeah, the
because
chick
that's who
from
called
New
on the
Aven-
phone
Yeah,
without saying it, but saying it.
yeah, but who are they going to send? Are they going to send my girl from the New Avengers, Florence?
Florence?
They're going to send Florence down there to start fucking wrecking house, dude.
Dude, that'd be great.
Florence
But
and
no.
Daredevil having a throwdown. You know what I
comes
mean?
in doing the dance. So what the fuck?
Yeah.
That would be the best part if they just
The-
played some.
Disney wouldn't have enough hair on their balls to have it laying in a fight scene based on her dance moves from Seinfeld. Get the fuck out of here, bro. That would be a legendary
It'd be
fucking scene. You know what I
Boss
mean?
move. I would be so in. I'd be like, or just like something happens and he like throws his thing at the TV or something, and just before it shatters, it's like,
Nah. That's copyright. You know what I mean?
You could.
You couldn't imply it, but you could have things involved in that fight that
Yeah.
would harken back to what they did.
Dude, I want somebody like walking by and then like as the fight happens, he just looks at the camera. He's like, "Who are these people?" And you're
Yeah.
just like
No,
little nods.
that's what we don't want them to do.
Are you sure? 'Cause-
What I want, what I think everybody would appreciate is
Yeah.
having her have to defend herself, and her moves look oddly familiar
it would be so great
from
dude.
an alternate universe where she's fucking Elaine. You know
And
what I
they're-
mean?
Yeah, and then she says something. They're like, "Man, I didn't know you could do that." And she's like, "I won a contest." Wink, wink. It's all.
You wanted
come
to
on.
break the fourth wall, look at the
Yes,
camera.
dude, just I won a contest.
Yeah, no. My version is so much better.
I know, but mine's funny.
To you,
It would be funny in the moment.
you and like maybe 10 other people, they wouldn't, they'd be like, because they would get a fight and they would immediately recognize, and then
Right.
whatever you want at the end
Yeah,
just negates everything they just watched, because they're like, fucking for real. These guys had to, I mean, unless I was like, Jerry be like, I'll let you do it for free.
Right.
But you could use the IP, but,
Yeah.
you got a wink, wink. And
Yeah, I need
I've
some-
been like, no, we don't need that much. If I was an executive producer, I'd be like, hey man, Jerry, thanks, bro, but no.
I'd be up there in Feige's ear, just being like, "Bro, we got to do this. We got to do this. We have to. Come on, dude. We have."
I would immediately order you fired from the production. 'Cause you would be that guy.
Right. Oh, yeah.
They'd be watching it go down and be like, yeah, man, that's fucking rad. Man, yeah, they're definitely going to know. You know what you could do? You could be like, find some way to work the theme song to the TV show in there. You know what I mean?
It'd be great, dude. Yeah.
Or have her like in a confrontation and like for some reason she picks up a bass and goes, yeah, I don't want to hear it. You want to hear the song I'm working on?
Yeah. Right.
It's
Totally.
Like, come on. God damn.
Dude, I want past life Karen to bring up Louisiana. That's what I want. I think that would be hilarious if he was just like,
See all this fan service.
right? You see what I'm getting at? Like, how cool would that be if he was finally like, you know, she's like, I
Don't
gotta
make me-
call. It's my
hey,
mom, and
don't
he's like,
make-
what do
don't
you
make
mean?
me bring up Endgame.
But he's oh god, he's like you know, she says to him, she's like, I'm sorry, I have to go, and he's like, what is it? She's like, it's my mom, I have to go home, and he's like, to Toledo, and she's like, no, home, and then he's like, where's home? And then she's like,
Is that what you gonna do, Karen? You
it's,
gonna go back to Louisiana?
what's the fucking
Have
town?
Frank
Where-
come in and tell her.
I can't believe I can't remember the name.
Go ahead, Karen. Run back off to Louisiana if that's what you're gonna do.
What's the fucking name of the town?
I don't know.
Monroe.
Monroe, Louisiana.
And she's like, it's my mom. She's down in Monroe. And she says it all like that, you know? Okay,
Yeah.
Karen. And he's just like, yeah,
I'm about to ban you from the set.
dude.
You can't just show up and it's like, oh, she should mention Louisiana. And I'm like, can somebody send this guy on an errand that's gonna take all day? Can
No,
somebody-
dude. I got all the best fucking ideas. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They're just like, what are you saying?
No.
Charlie Cox's brother comes in, but it's Sam from the bar, and then she knows him. She's like, what are you doing here? You know what I mean?
No.
He's
All
wearing the
these are-
shirt.
All these are bad, dude.
These are great ideas. Ryan Quanten shows up. Oh, by the way, when did Matt Murdock get that jacked?
Oh.
He's all. I got it.
He's on
Some
that
shit.
fucking
This-
Disney
that's
fucking
it.
workout plan, bro.
TRT, peptides,
Yeah, dude. He's
fucking
getting.
creatine,
Hey, man.
kratom, you name it. He's like juiced
You know, that was the one thing about
in the abs.
it was
only.
the one thing about all the Wolverine movies that they finally got right.
right?
Especially in he was jacked in other movies, but he wasn't as jacked as he was jacked in the Wolverine.
Sure, yo, in a very good way. And then that last one, it was all medicinal. You know what I'm saying? Like it was medically treated juice.
Future Days of Future Past, where he has that scene where he wakes up in the body and he's just fucking ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because, you know, you look at any of those old X-Men comics. I mean, look, everybody's physique was always, you know,
Oh,
over-exaggerated.
especially Jim Lee art. Like it was always like, dude, has abs have abs? What do we
Yeah,
have?
he was.
What is that?
All of the superheroes, and what you should expect from like somebody who's superhuman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't have a fucking, you know, that's why Fat Thor was funny.
Oh yeah.
right?
Well, that's why I'm actually online. I get mad at the complaints of that He-Man's not big enough, and it's like, hey man, that guy is jacked.
Yeah.
The problem is he's not Thor jacked, and Thor fucked it up for all of us. To where it's like, well, yeah, man, he's not Thor jacked. You're right, but it's like,
yeah,
dude, that
but
guy,
he's also not Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
and it's like he's as close as they could afford. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like, dude, he's in great shape.
Hey, look, this movie's gonna have heavy special effects.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to make some cuts somewhere.
Hey, can
We
we
can't-
afford Liam Hemsworth? They're like that. No, he's busy. They're like, I think there's a third.
Unless we're
Hemsworth.
betting on genetics and we just
Yeah,
juice
yeah.
them to the gills and let them work out for 8
Right.
months.
They're like, we got this other guy that we don't think's from America. Can we get him? Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's why they, you know, I'm sure they're going to get to a second Superman movie. And I hope your boy Cornball, he's
He could spend a day at the gym, huh? That'd be nice.
well, I mean, once Cavill was out, I mean, you know, Cavill had been like even now for this Highlander movie, which
Oh, yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
shaping up to be pretty rad from what I'm
Awesome,
watching.
right?
You know
Especially
what I mean?
since what's his face is gonna be Christopher Lambert is supposed
Yeah.
to be, and then Russell. Oh, come on, man,
Crow's in it.
isn't he? Isn't Russell Crowe in it, or not?
Well, as long as they don't make the Connery a mistake of making Connery a fucking Italian, dude.
I'm the king of Spain. It's all. This is not possible. I don't understand any of it.
I was a lord in Spain. Okay. Did you marry into that because you weren't born Italian? You know what I mean?
It's not at all. It's like
he must have married like an ugly sister who was a princess.
they were trying
like,
so hard. They were like, "No, he's Italian." They're like,
I'm
"Really?"
teach
He's like,
you how
"Yeah,
to
the king of
use the
Spain." It's all,
rapier.
hey, that guy's Scottish as fuck, and they're like, "Are you sure?" It's 100%, no doubt, out at all.
Yeah, how do your girlfriend seems to listen, right? You smack her around a little bit.
Right. He's it's like, man, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, this is
But that was 80s filmmaking. It was like, hey, Sean Connery says he'll do it. And he knows he's Italian.
yeah,
But understand he's not going to show up with an Italian accent. Not with that Scottish brogue. You know what I mean? There's no way. If he faked it,
right.
that shit would rule the internet to this day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It already rules the fact that obviously a Scottish man is from Italy. You know what I mean?
It's already tough, but yes,
to have to suffer through Connery trying to do an Italian fucking accent.
dude, it's like the other two times that it didn't go well.
It's
right?
like that
It's
dude's
Princess
from a
Leia.
border. That dude's from a border town. He's
Oh,
not
right.
interior Italian.
No.
He's bordering another state.
Yes. Yeah, it's episode 4. Princess Leia has a weird British fake accent, and then it never shows up again, right? And you're like, that's weird. And then
Obi-Wan, you're my only hope.
yeah, it's all wow, this is really extreme, and then never again, right?
Yeah.
Or Kevin Costner, the first 13 minutes of Robin Hood, he's like, I'm Robin of K. Gloxley, and then all of a sudden he's just like, hey, where are you going, John? So what the
He
fuck?
goes from Robin Hood to fucking
Just yells-
Dutton.
yeah. It's a weird. What kind of character arc are we on here? But how did he become less fucking formal? I don't understand. And he's like, no, bro. It's a I don't. You can't. You suck.
See, that's the problem we're in right now. Is like you're making these movies at a time where it wasn't so. Now it would be diverse.
Right. Yeah.
Diverse. Back then, not so much, right?
Yeah.
White was kind of the ruling class, right? At least in the States,
Yeah,
right?
at least in our world. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was different in Africa. It was different in India. You know what I mean?
Right.
All those people. It was like you wouldn't see Disney couldn't put a bunch of white people in an Indian movie.
Oh no.
You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
they would fucking burn down the fucking theaters.
Right.
You know what I mean? They would. You thought they protested fucking Sleeping Beauty.
Oh man.
A billion
yeah.
Indians would be fucking trying to
Well-
burn down a Marvel Indian movie with a bunch of white people in it. Unless it was like Gandhi, where it was an oppression. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
Love it or love it or not, the honkies were oppressing. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Well, that's why, like, you could tell the cutoff really was it happened too late. Had it happened 2 years sooner, nobody would have gave a shit.
Yeah.
But the cutoff was Great Wall with Matt Damon. That's all. Hey man, we can't do. Nobody went. We can't do this, right? Nobody was like.
No, dude, they were laundering money. They didn't give a fuck.
And then they were like, "Oh, it flopped." They're like, "We just spent $100 billion on this." They're like, "Yeah, I know." They're like, "Why'd it flop?" It's like, hey, I'll tell you, right? See, I would have been in that meeting, and
the
then I would have been like,
triad,
"Hey, man,
the triad just watched $150 million.
yeah, that's all."
That's
And
all
I'm
that-
like, "What?" I knew it was gonna flop the first day on set when you were like, "No, we got
they were
Matt
like,
Damon." I'd be
Matt
like-
Damon signed on.
And then, but what came at the same era, and also was one of those ones where it's like, "Hey, you guys happened at the wrong time."
Yeah.
Nobody would have gave a shit if Gods of Egypt came out in '96,
No.
but coming out in 2006, it's all.
Yeah, they're like, hey man.
Hey man, there's not a single
Why
Egyptian.
is there a Lannister as a fucking Egyptian?
What's Gerard Butler doing here, right? Like that's the one where
Gerard with spray tan?
It's all why he's in black body, you know. It's all, hey man, this is anybody think this is wrong?
They were like, oh well, they were royalty. They were indoors all the time. They wasn't just getting beat down by the sun while the other, darker fellows were out there building the fucking pyramids. You know what I
Gerard
mean?
still had the fucking abs spray painted on him from the last movie, and
From
he's all like,
300?
"Hey, Egypt!" It's all, hey man. I don't know if this is a good idea, guys. Right? Like you
That's
know what I'm
funny.
saying? Like make a little. I don't need a lot of effort, right? Lou Diamond's played every race. He's just as bad as me, right? We can't decide what we are. He and I are the same ilk.
Hey man, Luke can do it, dude.
That's what I'm saying. I don't mind because you're like, I don't know what you are anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like it's kind of like I was speaking of Yellowstone. I know we
Yeah.
made a Dutton reference, but I'm
Marshalls. I haven't watched it yet.
I'm kind of out of it now.
All right, I'll have to check it out.
You know what I
we'll
mean?
get there later. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Well, no, it's just that like, yeah. I mean, sometimes our history is a certain way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So if you're gonna complain because they're making a slave movie and all the slave owners are white,
Right. I don't know how to tell you this.
that's
but-
how it was.
Right.
I'm not saying it's right
Right.
at all. Across the board, bad.
Mm-hmm.
But
And it's only here though.
the
right?
honkies, I'll say it again, the honkies were oppressing,
Right.
for a long time.
And it's only a problem here though. They act like that Oscar list where they said, "Hey, here's the new rules" or whatever, and it's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I don't know how to tell you this, but for 2 years in a row, the #1 show on Netflix was a show with nothing but Koreans murdering Koreans." And it's like there was no diversity, but also
But that's Korea.
murder, right? But that's their excuse, and then it's like, okay, well, doesn't that same rule apply to any other country? Like, they're like, well, not us, and it's like, then that's
Well,
disingenuous.
that's because they don't want the heat, right?
Yeah,
but
but-
you're gonna get the heat.
so
You
we
know what I
can't
mean?
make history movies,
Yeah.
and if we do, we have to include weird shit. Like all of a sudden,
We gotta make
there's
a
an Asian
Robin Hood
doctor,
with fucking Ray Charles.
right? It's all what happened. It's like, well, now
I mean, look, I get it. He had to have been an outlaw because he couldn't have just decided one day after 30 years in a fucking mill that he's gonna be. You
Right.
know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like he had to be out of the systems from the beginning. You know what I mean? In
Right.
order to get any kind of skills,
Right.
you just can't pick them up later. Not when you were that a black man in fucking
Yeah.
17th century fucking
So
London.
wrong, dude.
You know what I mean?
It's just dumb.
You don't think racism was going on in London
It's just dumb.
in the 1800s,
Jesus.
17s, 16s? For sure it was.
For sure. 100,000%.
You know what I mean? But somehow, they want to work in,
Yeah.
a black swordsman.
Right.
Could have been.
Right.
Not
Could've
saying
been
it wasn't impossible, but I'm
Right.
just saying it was highly improbable.
highly improbable.
Right. And then everybody at home's like, oh, look, man, they're really trying to include everybody. And I get it. I want, unfortunately, if you're going to make a historical film,
Right.
people that are
But-
not white are
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
be in some kind of, they're going to be being subjected to some kind of horse shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's no way around it.
We did cool shit. First of all, we did. There was go back and actually watch it hundreds and upon hundreds of times. The movies we grew up with in the 80s and 90s had tons of diversity. People act like they don't, but it was never forced. It was just
Yeah.
there because it made sense. And then also we did really cool things like acknowledging stuff. Now, I haven't seen the actual show on like Peacock or Paramount or whatever, where there's like a black lawman that's a true story.
Oh, Bass
Yeah,
Reeves.
right. But like we did cool shit. Like we had the all chick Western movie. Remember that?
You mean Bad Girls?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, and then they had the other one. It was like Mario Van Peebles showed up to be like
Posse.
doing all black cop.
Yeah.
But you were like, oh no, I get what you're doing, because they were also like, hey, here's these things that could have happened or did happen, but they were this.
Well, at least
We
they were-
didn't say
look,
like, hey,
look,
here's a
I-
Chinese cowboy hanging out with.
some people when they say based on true events,
Right.
right? And like those are the things we're like, yeah, they were the Buffalo Soldiers exist.
Right.
You know what I mean? We knew it was a thing.
Right.
So to have some kind of 90s stylized action western,
Right.
where you got Mario Van Peebles, twirling fucking gold 6-shooters.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yes.
It's the 90s.
It's the 90s.
You know what I mean? They were
Yes.
nowadays it wouldn't be that way. Nowadays, especially if fucking Taylor Sheridan got a hold of
Oh.
it, you know what I mean? Because he made Bass Reeves,
Right. Yeah.
so he wasn't like having like a gold-plated revolver
Right.
or like fancy gun twirling shit. You know what I
Yeah, yeah,
mean?
yeah.
He was just like a fucking no nonsense lawman,
Yeah.
and that it could. I mean, it was true. You know what I mean, it was based on true events.
Right.
At least they kind of kept to this close enough to where you go, oh, okay, yeah, he was just a dude who was a hard lawman who just
good?
happened to be black.
Because I do want to see it if it's good.
Right.
What we need is one of those westerns, but by Ryan Murphy. That way, it can just for no reason at all be gay.
There
just
was already one. There was already
just
Ryan Murphy. Yeah.
For no reason. It's like you did the other day with or not the other day, but like you did a few years back with the Menendez, and it's like all of a sudden you're like, man, what? This is weird.
It got real gay real fast.
So why are they in the pool?
Hey man, that's the thing where like they're just pandering to executives, right? If you believe the whole deal that the gays rule Hollywood, you know what I mean? If you believe that the gays rule Hollywood.
Hey, but FYI,
no
love
way.
the gays.
Yeah,
absolutely big fan of them.
Yeah.
But it's funny when it's like, hey man, I was alive when the whole Menendez thing happened. I was glued to the TV. And you know what? One topic was never there.
That they were
ever?
gay for each other?
Was two twin brothers.
You don't think the prosecution wouldn't have fucking used that in trial? That they were gaying up on each other but these closed doors, behind closed doors? You don't think that would
weird twist to make? You know what I mean? It was like that was never part of the.
If you don't think that if there was a possibility that OJ was gay,
I was gonna bring him up. I was gonna say like him and Collins.
You don't think that would have fucking showed up in court?
Him and AC were like
to aid to the depravity of what they were trying to sell the jury.
Yeah. Oh, dude, hey, Kato Caitlin, pool boy.
Yeah,
with that head of hair. You know what I mean? He's got those eyes and that hair, and they're like, hey, what was going on with the pool boy juice?
It just so happens that it was his old lady who was probably banging Kato Caitlin, or the fucking poor schmuck who, wrong place, wrong time, thought he might get some action, Ron Goldman.
Yeah.
Or his last name was Golden. I think Ron's the father. But
here's a good one, though.
Huh.
This is what I love about somebody like Kato, right? Because remember how he tried to act for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's so great is he
springboard off a double murder into an acting career. Yeah, that worked out.
But what's I love is when you go, he ends up on a podcast with another guy that has spent the last 30 years trying to be a relevant actor, and all of a sudden you realize
who is this?
You realize that Brian Callen and Kato Caitlin have done acting gigs together. You're like,
wait a minute, hold the fucking
that
phone.
checks out. Like
Brian Callen and Kato Caitlin.
He came on T-Fat, he came on Fighter of the Kid, and was like talking, and then they were like, oh, hey, you remember that time? And then it was like they were talking about on set, and you're like, oh God, Callen, you really just can't, you never did catch that break. Even being in the Joker.
Yeah.
And you got cut out. Cut out so much so that before the movie started, he goes to the director and goes, I'm not going to be in this, am I? He's like, we'll see.
Yeah.
And it's like,
well, come on, man. When they got around, that was a major motion picture. And it was just so, because it was great.
Right.
That I've till this day haven't watched the fucking second one.
Oh, no, me neither.
Because,
no.
Because, in most movies that maybe some people don't get a chance, give the movie a chance. You might be like, all right, I'll give it a watch. But it was so much fire and so much hate about how they fucked up the character with the second movie that I was like, nah, I'm not even going to trouble myself with watching it.
Right. No, man.
I don't want to be infuriated that they took that the follow up to like a great standout movie made around a well-known character gets turned into a fucking musical. Nah, you can miss me with that. I'm not.
No, it happens all the time too. Where you're like, nah, I'm good on that one.
Yeah.
it's all right. And they're like, oh, I thought you. It's like, I don't need that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give a lot of things a fucking pass, but I'm not giving that a pass or even giving it a chance.
It made its premiere. This specific movie made its premiere on Tubi, and that's free, right?
Yeah.
But even then, when it was like, tonight, the world premiere, Braveheart 2, I was like, nope, That can't happen.
No.
And they're like, no, it's like
I
the
will not
Electric
watch it.
Boogaloo. And I'm like, hey, guess what? I'm not watching.
I will not watch that one. I have not watched Gladiator 2.
No.
I just refuse.
That's also free somewhere too right now. And I'm like,
I just
no.
refuse to watch it because I just don't want to disparage the memory
man.
of why I love the first one.
Because we're not talking about aliens. That's a mind-blowing. You need that.
You can
That's
make
the
12
best.
million of those, and people are going to tune in. I will.
Dude, hey, how about this? Shitty franchises that are still hailed as like everybody loves Friday the 13th. Everybody loves fucking Freddy. Everybody loves, there's 100 million Resident Evils, and it's like, hey, dude, they can keep
Even
making.
as a child.
But the second they were like Gladiator 2, we're like, nah.
The second time, the exact second that Feldman killed fucking Freddy in that movie, I was out.
Right, yeah.
Because all of
and yet
them,
they made 400 more, right?
No, like
400.
The first 3 were scary as fuck,
right?
And then
And
the
then
fourth
Corey
one, Feldman
showed
fucking
up.
murders Jason, and I was out from there.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
God,
I'll argue that,
bro,
till the day I die, that fucking burlap sack, one-eyed cutout,
dude,
Jason is far more
Yeah, oh,
scarier
yeah.
than a fucking hockey
100
mask
times,
bodybuilder that we got in the
Yes.
later movies, for sure.
dude. I mean, it's the same thing. I love the original. The first 2 Halloweens are amongst the most perfectly done, suspenseful horror ever made. They're
Right.
just crafted and sound perfect.
Agreed.
John Carpenter, right? But Stephen Baldwin has a podcast, and it's hilarious because it's supposed to be kind of a mockery podcast. It's called "How Did This Get Made" or something like that. And
Right.
basically, like, hey, I can't believe we made this movie or so and so. But then he
I can't
had
believe this gave us money.
Feldman on, right?
Yeah.
But Feldman lives in a world that nobody else lives in except for himself.
Oh, he is
And
definitely
so
the king of his own
He
universe.
says, I mean, when he was on Billy Corgan, it was just like 2 people who have completely disconnected from reality or facts, right? They're like, we don't care about facts.
That's what you don't want to happen when you have fame and money.
And
you
I-
don't want
oh.
to fucking lose touch.
And those 2 sons of bitches have lost all the touches,
Yeah,
right?
there's
And
no tether. They're fucking lost in space, dude.
I was just telling a good friend of mine about it because we were making jokes about Billy Corgan's podcast again, but he did the thing where he was talking about, where he puts himself in the hierarchy of all the grunge artists of the 90s, and you're just like, hey, man, we were all there, and let me tell you where you weren't. And it's like, no, man, you were on the radar.
Hey, man, you had a couple slappers.
And we can respect it. Weird voice, great songs. Okay, that's cool. But
Yeah.
like, he's all, well, no, I'm number 1. And it's like, no, man, we're pretty sure we know who was number 1 and 2 and 3. And it's fucking none of them
Yeah.
were you.
And those can change daily, but your place in this remains the same.
Yeah, exactly. We may rotate Nirvana, Soundgarden, and Alice in Chains and shit. But like, let me tell you where you're at.
Yeah.
But
arguing those 3 is like how
Dude.
fast the fucking the stock exchange
100%.
fucking trades. You know what I mean?
100%. And then
I could drive home today and fucking Yellow Ledbetter could come on, and then
That's right.
And then I'm like, oh, these were the
guys.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So he's got Feldman on there, and well, Feldman did the same shit on his show, super delusional. But when he got on this fucking Stephen Baldwin, it's like you're already talking to a Baldwin, right? So he already lives in Baldwin verse, right? And it's Stephen. It's like, you know what I mean? He's not Alec, right? He's not the one in Sliver. So it's like you're not William, you're not Daniel, and you're not Alec. It's like you're the other one. But bro, it's exhausting because Feldman starts talking, and he starts talking about all the people who got him fired from movies, but none of it's true, right? Because evidently in his mind, and this is what everybody on the internet agrees with, in his mind, auditioning for the role means he got the role and then they gave it to somebody else. That's what he thinks it means, clearly, because he was like, well, no, I was Gilbert.
Well, if you're gonna,
Grape.
So let's just use an example that the people at home can follow.
Right.
So say if his agent says, hey, man, they want you to star in this Western or maybe have a part in a Western. He's like, great, I'll do it.
Yep.
And so they want you to, show up just normal.
Just normal.
Right?
Right.
Corey Feldman ain't showing up normal.
No,
he's got
worse than
slick
me.
back, slick back ponytail.
Right.
He's got a Michael Jackson clone jacket on. He's wearing one glove. He's wearing
dancing.
leather pants.
Right. Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? It's like, hey man, this is not the
That's not what we
direction.
said.
This is not what we're looking for.
It's a Western, right? It's all.
Yeah.
Look, Feldman.
Can I get some extra rhinestones on my holsters?
No.
And they're like, no, this is not a farce.
When's the dance
This
scene?
is not a parody
Yeah.
Western. This
Right,
is
we're serious.
yeah.
Yeah, so
And then he doesn't get it because
Right.
he shows up like a psycho and like full Feldman. Full Feldman.
Right.
That's a new term.
but they
Full
give it
Feldman.
they give it to another good actor.
And they're like, they're just blacklisting me because I told the truth. And it's like, no, 'cause
No, because
you're-
you suck.
yeah, you're just too far
Hey.
out too far out.
You were great.
You're away from the space station, brother. You're floating in black space.
Hey, those first 10 movies when you were a kid, yeah, man, cool stuff. You were in good movies, good projects, and hey, your handsome buddy who had talent was with you all the time.
Yeah.
Okay? Because Ron Corey died. Let's admit that. But it's like, hey, Corey Haim was the cool looking one. He was the
Now,
better actor.
There is a path to redemption for Feldman, right?
It's accepting, it's taking it on the chin.
Well, if they do a Lost Boys remake,
right,
right?
right,
He's gotta dump his shit.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Dump
yeah.
your shit.
Dump
Take
your
off whatever's going on your face, the
Stop.
lightener or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Go to the beach for a couple months. Get a tan.
Yeah, just
You're gonna,
normal up.
You're gonna be on a beach town in fucking California. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't look like this.
Say you have. I don't care what the story is. Maybe
Right.
you opened up an occult shop in
Yeah,
fucking
man.
Santa Monica,
Right.
right? You know what I mean?
Hey,
That's
we're
believable.
also-
It's California. If somebody was selling fucking like occult artifacts on
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
Santa
yeah.
Monica, you'd be like, oh, okay, that tracks.
That's tracks. Dude.
I'm not questioning that
also-
for a second.
Go, hey, look, Corey, we're gonna go ahead and give you 1.5 million for this, but check it out. You either say yes or no. But right now, we have a guy here. He's an acting teacher. All right, what he's gonna do, right? Because you got by on your looks and your early fame. So what we're gonna do now, because you're 55 or some shit.
Right.
Hey.
Well, I mean, he could watch the old movie
Oh, right, and then
and
kind of
see his performance and kind of adapt it to like an older version of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But he can't be full Feldman when he comes in.
It's too much.
He's got to be quarter Feldman. You know what I mean?
So in that show, man, he literally goes, yeah, Johnny Depp was mad at me. And they're like, oh, he was? He was like, yeah, because I was outside the Viper Room when River died. And I blamed Johnny, and Johnny saw that I was there when River Phoenix died. And he's like, so then I lost the role to Leo DiCaprio. So, hey, you never had the role. There was no world where they were like, hey, it's between Corey and Leo. It was never down to that. You were auditioning on day one.
And then alternate universe that he lives in.
And then day
He
two.
was definitely in contention.
Right? When David Faustino went and they were like, fuck no. And then they were like, Jason Priestley's here. And they were like, no. And then Leo showed up. They were like, that's the guy.
Yeah.
Right? They were never like, hey, but you know who's second on the call sheet is Corey Feldman. They were not, that
They
never
were,
happened.
they were never in some meeting going,
They just had a.
all right, fellas, here it is. We're
Yeah.
down to two. Corey Feldman, Leo DiCaprio.
No, they just had a SAG list that they were like, hey, look, we have to audition 20 people. So bring in a
Per
90210, bring on
collective
Faustino,
bargaining agreement with the Actors Guild.
Corn Nimick from Parker Lewis Can't Lose, like a whole bunch of, let's bring all the teen actors in. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas is there. They're like, he's a little too young. And they're like, oh, this is the guy. But then he immediately goes, yeah. He goes, and because of that, he goes, he goes, because I was so busy with that audition, I had to miss the audition that I was actually, up for. And they were like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I had lunch with a very famous director, and that part again
See,
got
it's
stolen.
almost
And
to the
then-
point where these people are taking advantage of an obviously
Oh,
delusional,
obviously.
in the grips of a fucking
and he
psychosis.
says, had they not fired me from Gilbert Grape, that would have been my path to Oscar winning. And they were like, how do you know? And he goes, well, because the movie that I was signed, this is what he actually says. The movie I was signed on for next was an Oscar winner. And they're like, oh, what was that? And he's all, Titanic. It's all, the fuck you were. Hey, There was no world where Jim Cameron was like,
you beat me to it. If there's ever a time in my life where I'm in the same room as Jim Cameron,
hey, just real quick,
he's gonna come over. I'm gonna introduce myself, and he's gonna be like, "Hey, man, my name's Paul. Big fan. Oh, thank you. You know, he's already goosing up to like." He's gonna ask me a fucking Titanic question or an Avatar question, which I want to.
Right, want to. Hey, man, I'm gonna actually.
You know what the first question I ask him? I go, "Hey, can you just tell me?"
Hey, but hold on. Turn your camera on. Hey, everybody, we're live.
The guy I'm standing with needs no introduction in my circles. Mr. Cameron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bud.
Hey, could you elaborate on, like, in the final casting processes when you were trying to do the pros and cons for Leo DiCaprio?
Oh man,
I
remember, we had Liv Tyler and we had Kate. So what were you gonna ask?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
we're not talking about the female lead.
Oh, okay.
So when you're in there,
Billy Zane was great, man. He was the right guy because he had the look, and we were talking to Paul Rudd, but he just didn't want to shave his head. Oh.
Super awesome, Mr. Cameron. That's not the question I have.
Oh,
so when you came down to the finalists for the male lead, and you had Leo DiCaprio,
right? No question.
Corey Feldman,
and those were wait, what?
No.
It was Tobey Maguire. No, we had Tobey Maguire.
It's widely reported that Corey Feldman, by his own admission, said that he was in the top two between him and Leo DiCaprio. Yeah.
I met Corey Haim once. Man, we were doing this sports movie, and I was gonna sign. I met Corey. He was just so great, but
I really wanted Corey Haim to play to play Connor in T2, but
I couldn't. Yeah, but he was
dead. I don't know when Haim died, but even if he was alive, he was in no condition to play John Connor.
we were. I was talking to Haim.
Yeah, no.
But
I needed to know why you decided not to go with Feldman.
I'm sorry, man. We never saw Feldman. I don't think I can.
That's a common myth. Mainly perpetuated by Feldman himself.
With Catherine, but I'm real sure we never. I don't think.
Yeah.
No, I mean I know we were doing Strange
and that's
Days,
why I say
and we had Tom Sizemore.
It's almost exploitation with this poor. Well, he's not young.
Yeah, but I mean
he's older than both of us.
Yeah,
but he's still not mentally, and that's why I use that term.
Dude, there is a podcast
to say that where it's like, hey man, you're just taking advantage of this guy now just because you want clicks.
There's a podcast that's dedicated to all his lies. That's all the podcast.
I will never ever have Corey Feldman on as a guest unless we both just go at him.
Yeah,
and be like, all right, dude, do you need?
I'm gonna tell him how good his music is.
See, that's the last thing you need to do.
It's the last thing.
Don't give ideas on film to try to reference other properties, and don't fucking stroke Feldman's ego. That's the last thing he needs.
Shit.
What?
It slipped my mind. I did see him live in Austin.
Oh, look.
I forgot. I did see him live.
I'm not going to hold
that. Place called the Metro.
I'm not going to hold that against you because, I mean...
Tickets were like $10 a piece.
If I could have saw him live, I would have.
He's little bitty. Yeah.
Just for the reason that you're doing now and telling his story here.
Yeah, no, I forgot. That's right, because he was on... At that time, he'd built a rock band, and the name of the tour was... And I think I told you this a long time ago, but it just clicked all in my head again. But yeah, he was on the Former Child Act tour. Hey, get it?
Somebody help this poor man.
Hey, get it?
Yeah, I got it.
See, it's funny because...
No, it's not. It's
It was terrible.
Obviously a young...
It was awful.
A young man in his brain still being manipulated and fed some kind of delusion that, he's still that guy. But I still hold out that the fucking Seagal gets on Ozempic and we get another fucking great action movie out of him before he dies.
Hey, I want one more badass Mickey Rourke movie. I saw a picture of him the other day. Would have pissed you off. Made me jealous. I was like, God damn, I'm not that cool. Like it was so cool that I was like, I got to be cooler.
Do
Because
we,
he's
do,
still
we need,
cool.
do we need a Marble Man reboot? And
Hey,
we
dude.
bring back him and fucking.
I want people to have their second chance, but I also like people who live in the real world who go, hey,
well,
man.
it's not so much a second chance. Is I would describe it in more of a way of like a redemption.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because Feldman, Seagal,
Right.
all these great actors that were great at some point, and then just didn't
Get
evolve.
your redemption. Right.
Didn't evolve with the course of filmmaking over the last
Right.
3 decades. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Casper Van Dien. Hey, buddy. Right? Starship Troopers was great, but we need, is there a chance of him?
Yeah, but I think he did the smart move. I think he's in fucking those Hallmark movies now.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he did the two
And
best
those
things you could do.
motherfuckers are making bank, dude,
Yeah,
at
yeah.
those Hallmark movies.
He did those shitty action movies where it's always like some guy that you kind of
I'm
know.
sure 2/3 of the cast of A Party of Five was in or in fucking Hallmark movies now. You know what I mean?
Hey, dude, my love for Lacey Shea Bear has no end. So much so that my wife knows. Every time Christmas rolls around, she's like, "Uh-oh, looks like Lacey's up." And I'm like, "What's up, Lacey Shea Bear? What crazy antics are you gonna get into this holiday, huh? You gonna open up a cookie shop in the town you grew up in?
You're gonna save your generational apple farm,
Dude,
from being bulldozed by a big box fucking chain.
Yeah, dude,
You know what I mean?
Big Apple's coming.
Yeah.
God damn it. Right?
Your apple orchard is gonna get demolished by Home Depot. Okay.
Dude.
My mom would have watched it. My mom would have
Dude.
watched it and rewatched it and watched it again.
I've never explained that to you, but that is my guiltiest, funnest pleasure. I'm talking July hits. I'm like, oh, we're almost there, baby. And then like something happens to Hallmark the day after Halloween. They're like,
not a Wonderful Life. Not a Miracle on
fuck that,
34th
dude.
Street.
Nope.
Not Scrooged.
No,
not
man.
fucking the Grinch that stole Christmas.
Winnie Cooper.
Johnny. He's
Lacey
waiting for
Shea
Lacey
Bear.
Shea Bear to show up
Dude,
on
when
Hallmark.
she shows up on Hallmark to save Christmas in a small town because, fucking her mom's stationery shop, right? And you're like, what? And she's like, everybody's written letters on your mom's paper. And you're like, what the fuck?
I hope that there. I want to go live in those towns.
Oh, dude. They look like Smithville. It's fine.
Smithville, but better.
Right. Yeah. They have
You know what I
stuff
mean?
to do. Right.
Yeah, and there's like, fucking cider festivals and
Yeah.
fucking, some kind of
Jamboree.
famous person day that they got a
Yeah,
statue
yeah.
in their center
You have a
about.
gingerbread.
Yeah.
He's 30 foot tall or something.
No, but I think that's why if you live in a town like this, like we do,
Right.
not us obviously,
Yeah.
because we're fucking outliers.
Yeah.
Well, I don't live in town. I live just far enough away.
Yeah, but you live in between two of these type of towns.
But you're in it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like in the
right.
neutral zone. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I'm out there with the fucking crazy people that
Yeah.
have property. Well, I only have a little bit. But anyway, yeah. Like, if you lived in that town, you want to go, well, I mean, I love my town, but this fucking place looks rad.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just don't exist only on Hallmark.
Right. Dude, I love
And that was one. It's funny you say that because one of my favorite things to do is my mom got older. She was hook, line, and sinker on fucking Hallmark Channel.
Yeah, dude.
And I used to just sit with her and watch these movies. And the best part for me was just pointing out how absurd everything
dude.
on the screen was.
Fucking great.
And then to hear her be like, "Can you not ruin this for me?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is like an escape.
Yes.
You don't want me coming in on your fucking comic book movies and talk about how Iron Man is not possible.
Yeah, right. You want me to fucking...
I don't want you to ruin the fact that an apple orchard owner and a fucking, cabineter, guy that makes fucking handmade cabinets can't fucking find love in fucking Rhode Island.
Right. You got
You know
that
what I
right,
mean?
dude. Yeah. Yeah, dude, they're in a fucking small town in Vermont,
Yeah.
right? The handsomest cabinet, guy you've ever seen.
And these movies will be in towns where they're obviously known for like maple syrup or some
Yeah,
other
yeah.
thing, and they find some kind of like niche kind of thing, like
Fucking big syrup's coming in.
yeah, it's crazy. Most people didn't think we could have an avocado farm in fucking Maine, but we do, and they're some of the best around. And I'm like, all right, okay.
Dude, I made it every time. And I'm just like, wait, your dad's actually Santa Claus? Okay, that's fine. All right, DJ Tanner, I don't even know what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah.
Winnie Cooper, why are you here? I'm in. whatever.
I used to tell
Alicia
that
Witt. That's
to
fine.
young kids like under 5.
Yeah.
Whenever I would meet them, and like my friends would have kids, and I'd be like, you look like Santa, and I'd be like, no, I am Santa.
Oh shit.
They're like, what? You're not Santa. I was like, it's only one day a year. I got to do something for the 364 days a year.
Yeah. What do you think?
You know what I mean? They start working on your toys in April.
Right. Yeah.
To be ready. I don't have to be
I
there.
don't have to be there.
I'm not a
Place
carpenter.
runs itself. I don't know how to build anything.
I got a couple big elves that are fucking keeping shit in check while I'm
fly
gone
the
on
sled,
vacation.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the pilot, baby.
That's it.
I drop presents. I don't make presents. Santa don't do that. Santa flies.
That's not my job. You know what I mean? That's not your job. Dude, that's awesome as fuck.
And my buddy was like, dude, you can't tell him that because every time.
Oh, you can?
And I go, no, you're supposed to. I'd be doing society a disservice if I didn't tell a bunch of kids, like, yeah, man, I only work one day a year. Most of the time, they don't really need me to show up until like November.
Dude.
And that's just a mop up. We just getting ready when we're already getting all the presents lined up.
That's it. Line it up. That's my job. I'm the boss. I just come in and go, hey.
It's good. I don't think it's a bad thing to, have a little fun with kids. Because, I mean...
no, dude, you got to.
Especially nowadays, their childhood is going to get, fucking squashed at some point. You know, life does that. Have the ability of fucking up your childhood faster than it should be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
They'd be like, hey, man, that fat dude that hangs out with my uncle, Santa. He's not Santa. This ain't the North Pole. He only has to work one day a year.
You dumbass.
I just imagine some kid explaining it to another kid in school.
For sure, like
why a guy he knows is Santa. And they're like, Santa lives in the South Pole. Not all the time.
Yeah, it's like an argument on Stranger Things or something, or one of the, Monster Squad from the 80s, where it's like it's a group of kids just fucking smarting off to each other. Dude,
he only wears that suit once a year. You know?
He just wear it all the time, dude. He's not a cop. Yeah. This would be great, dude. It's like the military.
I'm off duty Santa.
I'm off duty, bro.
Imagine I just got a badge.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of speeding tickets by showing my ID card. Say, Nick.
They're like, oh, shit, what up? You're like, yeah,
My apologies,
autograph.
Santa.
You want an autograph or what? Huh? Hey, Glock 19? All right.
Yeah,
They're
right?
all like, what the fuck? How'd you know?
Yeah, I know who you are.
Yeah.
I know who
That's
you
the way
are,
to do it.
Chad. You seem to give a lot of tickets to other than whites.
Yeah.
If you want that Daniel Defense M4 for Christmas, I think you need to be a little bit more diverse in your ticket writing.
Hey, sir, why do you hate octogenarians and the greatest generation?
Yeah.
What exactly is your problem?
Why are you stroking boomers?
Only.
This poor motherfucker flew a jet in Midway, and you're giving him a fucking ticket?
He turned in his own driveway.
Yeah. I remember when I was at that sheriff's department and we handled Interstate 10.
Yeah.
It happened. We get a guy, he comes in, one of the deputies, and he's like, yeah, man, I had to write that guy a ticket. I go, well, how fast was he going? Like 125? I go, Jesus.
Yeah.
And I remember I pulled up his info, and I was like, bro, that guy's like 84 years old. And he's like, I know. He was like a fucking pilot.
Of course he was, dude.
Like, or, I can't remember what the story was, but he like, some involved like Pearl Harbor.
Right,
like he was like, got in the jet, and it was kind of like that Pearl Harbor movie, right? It's like if you pulled over fucking Ben Affleck.
Yeah, dude, you're pulling over Affleck. What are you doing?
Yeah. And he's like, oh, man. Yeah, man. And he was like 84, but man, he looked good. He was like, he didn't look like he was maybe 70. Still had the jaw, wearing Ray-Bans, leather fucking jacket with
let
patches.
Him go.
In a Corvette doing 125 on I-10. And I'm like,
the greatest day of his life.
Dude, and you wrote this guy a ticket? What the fuck are you doing?
It's like, oh,
thank you for your service. Keep it under 100.
Yeah. Hey, be safe out there, old timer.
Yeah.
Right. You tip your hat.
It's like how do you write a guy that's doing? He's 84 doing 100 plus in a Corvette.
No, man,
He's wearing Ray-Bans and a leather jacket because he used to be he's still a pilot.
Yeah,
he's 84 and still fucking rated to fly.
He's licensed. Yeah. Let him go.
I check his hand and be like, "Good day, sir."
Yeah. Hey, sorry. Sorry for wasting your time.
My apologies, Captain.
Sir.
You had a great rest of your day. That's all I'm doing, and I'm walking away.
Right. That's the right thing to do.
Anyway, watch get into Daredevil Born Again if you're a fan. It's great show. And I think we've strayed off of it enough today.
Yeah. I'm sure there was something else I forgot. But
per usual, we find ourselves skirting off from the main topic.
Yep.
And so, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week.
You take care, folks.